Anybody who sits down and plays a virtual reality game needs to get their head examined, get their head out of their butt, and get to the real world where they can actually do something with their life instead of escaping on the internet. The internet is the biggest cesspool that man has ever created. It is the...
Okay, let's move away from that then.
Okay.
Do you believe in Romans 8? I mean, you believe in the Bible?
It's a nice book.
I mean, okay, that's not important to you. Well, basically, I mean, okay, let me ask you a question. Do you ever think there'll be a time in your life, Rob, where you'll reach a state of happiness and total life-affirming experience in your reality, like go to heaven or whatever? How have you ever?
I'm already there.
Well, then you're there.
Yeah, you see, I'm already there.
Well, then you're in your perfect event stream. You don't need any of this stuff. But there's a lot of people that want to be more complex. They
don't want to be complex. They just can't cope with reality. They're looking for an easy out. They're ostriches. Yeah. They have their heads in the sand.
Maybe they don't want to experience the violence.
They don't want to experience life.
Mm-hmm.
They're lazy. They are really lazy. I mean, they're weak.
Every person is different.
They're weak. They can't take the world for the way it really is.
Well, then why don't we go back to the cave days when we live in caves and with fire? And just, I mean, we got more complex than that. We developed intelligence. Why did we do it? If it didn't matter.
It's called evolution. It's called progress.
Exactly. And that's what this is. It's evolution.
No, it's not.
We don't stop. We don't stop at the human race. That's not the end all to everything. That
sounds like snake oil.
You
know, it doesn't sound like this is a great moment in metaphysical worlds, for God's sake. It sounds like an excuse for running away from reality. You know, geez.
Finding one that's free of the pain and suffering and the negative self-destructive elements in life. What's wrong with that? There's
nothing wrong, but it's called psychiatric care. Help. That's what it's called, because if I cannot understand people who spend their lives on a computer playing in virtual worlds, making virtual decisions, getting married to virtual people. Come on. They just can't face the real life.
I'm not saying that's the end all. I'm just saying that's an indication that people want a more complex, faster experience.
Well, that's an indication. That's an indication that there are people out there who can't cope with reality, and they just enter
Rob,
into.
How many people have a cell phone right now, a smartphone? How many people? I mean, the latest information from Ball State University says that the average American, I know you're in Canada, but the average American spends 7 to 8 hours a day in virtual reality, looking at monitors, whether they're cell phones. So, like, that's an actual trend that's happening, and it's an average. It's not like a couple of weirdos that living in their mom's basement. This is the whole society is living like this. So it's got to be an indication of something.
Yeah, it's an indication on how pathetic society really is when you can't talk to people. You have to text them. You can't communicate. And God forbid, the day the cell phones go down because of a shift in the electromagnetic field, we're going to have a bunch of morons to take care of.
Well, I'm probably in your age group. I'm 64, so I've seen the whole thing unwind too. And
yeah.
I just don't see it as a negative thing. I just see it as evolution. Evolution's always about becoming more mobile.
All right, listen, I hate to do this, but we've run out of time for tonight. I want to thank you so much for joining us. You make no sense at all. My God, 64, I think he spent too much time with psychedelic drugs and other psychotropic substances. I'll be back on the other side of this commercial break unless I decide to go to another stream. This is the X Zone. My name is Rob McConnell. Don't go away.